President Obama out today talking up his 2015 budget proposal, which was released today. The president calling for spending on road construction, education, and other economic bolstering programs, all along with his focus on income inequality, and all of which are pretty much dead on arrival on Capitol Hill because, after all, this is an election year. And a new poll from ABC and the Washington Post helped put the upcoming midterms in interesting perspective. The president's approval rating still underwater, 46 to 50. Voters disapprove. That is bad news for Democrats. But the two parties are essentially tied in the generic ballot, asking voters to pick a party for Congress, but not a specific candidate. But the poll also asked about specific views on specific issues, and Democrats did much better than Republicans on the whole. Including on health care, voters agree more with Democrats, just not with the president. Voters also trust Democrats more on immigration, middle-class concerns, and energy policy. In fact, the poll asked about which issues would drive votes this fall. Something, could you vote for somebody who disagreed with you on that issue? And the number one needle movement in that one was the minimum wage of all things. Meanwhile, here are the toss-up issues: the economy, again, where voters say they sided with Democrats but not the president, budget deficit, and taxes. So it seems to me that if this is about the issues themselves, Democrats actually have a fighting chance. Nobody thinks the House is going to turn around this year. It's really a battle for control of the Senate, which then begs the question, why can't Democrats make this an election about the issues as opposed to about presidential popularity?
Are we in Denver? You've been smoking at the break or something, man? This is ridiculous.
No, not even in New Orleans at Mardi Gras.
Let's look at Tampa right now. You've got a race going on there for a special election. Alex Sink, who ran for governor before, was supposed to be out there in front, walking away with this thing. She's about to lose, and Obama won't even go down to that district. And that's a swing district. That's very indicative of what's going on right now in this country. They think they're going to win. The campaign hits. Campaigns are about individuals one-on-one. You can't beat somebody with nobody. The issues aren't out there. It's not pie in the sky. People's histories, their track records, how articulate they are on the issues, and where they've stood on the issues historically. So if you voted for Obamacare, that's a noose around your neck going forward on a lot of these issues. And if you voted against Obamacare, good for you. Well, that's the difference on a lot of this.
That is what that poll shows is not the case. Now, the poll could be wrong, but the poll shows that Democrats are more trusted on issues of health care and the economy and taxes than the Republicans are. You can show, if you're going to yell about the poll showing Obama's unpopular.
I'm not yelling, I'm speaking the facts.
Okay, if you're going to speak the facts about the poll showing Obama's unpopular, well, why don't you speak the facts about the poll that shows Democrats are better trusted than Republicans?
Let's look at the
Your
facts.
party is run by crazy people.
Let's look at the facts. What matters in the off-year election?
Right
now there are 14. Right now there are 14 seats the Republicans are competitive in for the U.S. Senate at this point. That's a major issue right now for the Democrats. So when you look at this poll, it doesn't matter across the country in all 50 states. It matters those 14 states. What matters is it's a presidential midterm, and he historically loses seats.
The poll is accurate, but it doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter because the midterm elections matter where they're voting for the next U.S. Senate.
I don't know if it necessarily comes down to one issue in this midterm elections. We know, as you pointed out, I think yesterday, historically it goes against the party and power in the White House, the Democrats. What the Republicans are doing a fantastic job. They have gone almost completely underground. So they're not stepping on their own foot for the most part. They almost made a huge mistake with the gay issue in Arizona, but they are basically, going underground. And if they can continue along that path, they may do very well.
They have to go underground because if they put their noses above the horizon, they're going to lose.
We got 1 minute left in the segment. Can Republicans win just focusing on health care and nothing else the rest of 2014?
Yes.
No.
Yes. Wow, isn't that interesting?
It's a major issue, no question about it. But I think people still care about what it means to their pocketbooks, whether it's healthcare issue related or tax and spending issues.
There's enough bad tape in the can of the crazy Republicans.
I'm glad you said
for the Democrats to use. The real question is, can the Democrats get the conversation into substance? Can
the Democrats get the conversation into substance?
Yes.
Will they?
I don't know.
You've got a Democratic Party that's in debt right now. The DNC is in debt right this moment, even though they control the White House. What does that say about the Democrats and be able to get their message out?
It shows that the Republicans are owned by large corporate billionaires.
No, what's happening among the Democratic Party is, like you talked about Working Families Party before, they're giving the money to outside organizations, and it's not the Democratic message anymore.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, wrap up this edition of RFL.
Billionaire right-wing
Democratic Party